language of these riders as each one of them got very into place. Each head snaps down at the same time, watches that gate, it drops, and they are off for the Bell Moto Hole Shot Award.
They sweep around, the sound of the swarm of the two strokes. A couple riders go wide. Gage Stein, number 18 on a KTM, manages to sneak out the hole shot. A couple riders go down. As they sweep around, they go under the Red Bull turn, come down the long short chute just prior to the 10 Commandments.
Aiden Tejero having a little get off there, but it looks like he's going to remount and get back in. Way back in the pack. Looks like we've got a pass already being mounted here in the early part of this one as the 80 of Preston Kilroy takes a stab at it as they roll through that Cometic Gaskets turn and into the 10 Commandments and now heading back towards Storyland. Kilroy trying to take advantage of a miscue there by Stein. Stein still trying to maintain the number 1 spot as they drag race past the Waterworks next.
And the number 80 has finally taken over the lead. The number 80 of Preston Kilroy is now in sole place in first position.
So Stein, your early leader and winner of the Bell Helmets Hole Shot and $100 certificate there, will drop back to the number 2 spot as he's got company coming in now by way of the number 13. It looks like a Chase Yenser out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. He's on a 7 Dunlop and 100% back machine.
We watched practice on this class yesterday, and it was Ty Masterpool pulling down the fast lap out there. So we'll wait and watch and see where Ty Masterpool comes across in the first lap. I do not see him in the first handful of riders.
Well, we'll likely see him as this race progresses. Looking a little further back, we see the 41 of Alexander Vestal, who gets off to a great solid top 5 start as we sort them out at the end of lap 1. Kilroy, Stein 1 and 2, Yenser still in 3rd, Vestal is 4th. It is Chandler Baker, the number 5, in 5th place. Zachary Dobbs looks like in 6th, Ethan Mann in 7th, Max Miller 8th, Colin Park in 9th, and Brady Gilmore rounds out your top 10. We got Trevor Schmidt in 11th, and Levi Kitchen 12th, Otto Burton in 13th, Noah Willebrandt in 14th, and Brandon Walther rounds out your top 15.
We don't have him on the top board here, but I did see him stuffed way into the middle of the pack like an Oreo cookie. Ty Masterpool has got some work to do to get up to the front of the pack in this moto today.
I like Oreos, but I wouldn't want to be in that position that Masterpool is in right now. And again, it's the way the starts work here at Loretta Lynn's and gate choices here in those first motos that carry so much weight, and you got to get off to a decent start, and if you don't, you've got to regroup early, and you've got to ease your way through the pack as quick as you can. And when I say ease, I mean
I know. It's a relative ease.
Yes.
We just saw Chandler Baker a little bit off the track there for a moment, but he's back in and racing again.
Off-track excursion didn't slow. Off-track excursion didn't slow Chandler Baker much. He's right back on the charge on that number 5, going after Stein, who had that Bell Helmets hole shot right in front of him on the 18.
Baker's definitely making up some ground on this second lap of racing.
And is that the leader right in front of them? Kilroy on the 80.
No. Yeah, maybe.
No, that's actually Vestal on the 41. He's in the mix. There's your leader. We just found him, Preston Kilroy. He has pulled away. So that battle right there, they do not even see the leaders, but they are all over each other. This 3-pack, it's going to be Stein, Ethan Mann. That's the rider that saw on the move. I wasn't sure which rider that was. Mann has made up, 5 positions in the last lap? So Ethan Mann could be the man.
And Max Miller also up in the 5th position, moved from 8th up.
Got a rider stalled in that corner trying to figure out what the number was. Might have been Max Miller trying to... No, Miller just came through in the 64. He's clean. He's all right. Miller would be one of the favorites, I think, coming into this one. Didn't have the good start, but trying to move forward. Kilroy is gone. He's already opened up a 5-second lead. Now we see the 18 of Stein, Ethan Mann, Chandler Baker, duking it out. And there's Max Miller at the back of that group. Do the 10 Commandments. Yeah, a lot of the favorites coming in here. Wow, Aiden Tejero, 12th place right now, and 17th for Masterpool, the Star Racing Yamaha rider. So the bad start first moto combo, you usually have those random gate picks, and we do see a lot of favorites really struggle off the line. So this is going to be tough for either Tiero or Masterpool to even get in position to contend for this title. They've got to get somewhere around 5th, I would think, by the end of this one if they want any hopes. Meanwhile, Chandler Baker, he's cooking right now, the Baker, all over Stein.
They are definitely mixing it up in 2, 3, and 4. With Mann was up in 3rd, now he's back in 4th.
I don't know why is it called Baker's Factory? Just call it the bakery. Just call it the bakery. It makes complete sense. So Stein trying to hold off Baker. I think I've got this figured out. They're going to come through here. It might have been Ethan Mann, who we lost from the group. Somebody stalled behind the billboards.
Yep,
yeah, it was Ethan Mann. We've lost him from that group. They stalled behind the billboards, but we couldn't see the number. So it's Preston Kilroy leading Stein, Chandler Baker, Max Miller, our 3rd and 4th. So our 3rd place rider in this very corner, 1 lap ago, stalled the bike.
Masterpool now up to a 12th place position, noting his lap times. When he was back in 17th, Jason, he was turning a 2:02 and now a 2:01. That's as fast or faster, actually, than your leaders, and he's in the middle of lap traffic.
He still has to battle Aiden Tiero holding down the fast lap of the race with a 2:05. Masterpool's got his work cut out because Tiero is still ahead of him a couple spots, 3 spots up on him. So those two seem to be the two with the fastest lap times, moving up through the pack, working off the deficit of a really bad start.
It's going to be really fun to watch. It's like you have this wave coming of both Tiero and Masterpool coming from the back, and you have a feeling that eventually we're going to see them in this shot as this battle for second rages. Chandler Baker doing everything he can to get around Gage Stein for 2nd place. Stein couldn't get out of that rut the way he wanted to, slowed his exit from the corner, and that allows Baker to take the number 2 spot.
Well, don't be surprised if you don't see both those riders soon in contention for a top 5 position. And once they get there, the work's certainly going to be cut out for them.
I think that's Cullen Park on the Yamaha 43, who's now in this fight as well. He's trying to get Stein around the outside. Stein was fighting back against Baker. Now he's got his hands full with Park. Max Miller in the fight as well. Oh, the 125's always putting on a great show here at Loretta's.
Now, Park wasn't even in the top 10 in the beginning of this. He's moved his way up. All of a sudden, he's a key player looking to get in that top 3 mix. And we will see as they cross over here in just a moment.
That's Levi Kitchen on the 47. Now he's in the fight. So Kitchen has gotten around Park. This is changing in a hurry. Look at Levi Kitchen on that Yamaha, the 47. Just to the right over the tunnel. He's now made 2 passes. He's passed Park and he's passed Stein. Levi Kitchen is up to 3rd in a hurry. Well, we're going to have a great battle now because we have Baker versus Kitchen. So Baker versus Kitchen. That's where Baker likes to do his work, in the kitchen. He's in the kitchen now. Dealing with Kitchen is Baker. This is going to be difficult. Fight for 2nd.
But
2 Yamahas.
Park wants to get in the kitchen, too.
Park, yeah. It's no walk in the park. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. See what Baker's baking up there in 2nd place.
Stein's got to run from the kitchen. He's all up in it, too.
Yeah, that really hurt Stein. That last lap, he got passed by 3 riders. They're in the 10 Commandments now. You see Baker on the 5, Kitchen on the 47 trying to get him for 2nd place.
Kitchen's on the move. He is just not taking it. He's throwing it a little sideways over there, a little double.
And Rodney pointing out, Tiero, Miller, and Masterpool have now all hooked up with each other, but it's 7th, 8th, and 9th. Probably not going to be long. Going to try to go after the 6th place rider, who's Brandon Walther, and they'll probably be in this fight soon, too. Oh, Baker, a mistake. Levi Kitchen is up to 2nd place. Colin Park's right there, too, Dave. This is amazing.
We did see, while we were talking about this battle going on up front, Ty Masterpool has snuck in the fastest lap time of the race. He's got to get that done if he plans on getting around Miller, Tiero, Walter, Park, all these guys in front of him. But he has been working up from probably about 30th place now into the top 10.
I think Aiden Tiero, we might be seeing signs of that orange fender just at the back of this group. You got these three Yamahas battling. The 47 is Kitchen, the 5 is Baker, the 43 is Park. Brandon Walther comes through in the 68, and we finally get a look at Aiden Tiero in 7th place coming from the back. He's bringing Max Miller, Ty Masterpool, Chase Yenser with him. 10 riders really have a shot at this right now.
This is wide open, and this is the beauty of the 125cc class. These guys will bring it. They run them wide open.
No, I'm sorry. Keep talking what you're talking. I'm just blown away. I'm watching Masterpool right now up to a 5th place position, just turned a 2:05. That's still a second faster, at least, than Preston Kilroy. Almost 2 seconds faster than Kitchen, and 4 seconds faster than Chandler Baker, who's ahead of him, and still 3 seconds faster than Colin Park.
I don't know how he's able to do it. He's going to be on our screen here in just a moment. You see Kitchen and Baker, Park, and then Masterpool made moves on everybody. He got Tiero, he got Miller, and here we go into the 10 Commandments. First look at Masterpool in this moto on the 95, rolling around the outside, making passes in bunches. Ty Masterpool, what a charge. Way outside the top 10 when this moto began. He's made another pass. That should be Colin Park, so he's up to 4th now. Our leader, barely even mentioned, Preston Kilroy is gone, a 13-second lead. We're watching Masterpool be masterful, making passes.
Masterpool, he might get around the next 3 riders. He might make it to the 2nd place as we're watching. He just gets around Chandler Baker. The question is, will he have enough time left in the race to make it into the number 1 spot? They're 13 seconds down behind Preston Kilroy. Will he be able to cut into that?
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't necessarily expect that's going to be the case, and I don't even know that Masterpool's even going to push that envelope once if he's able to reach that 2nd place position. We know the idea of there's 3 motos here, and better finishes in the later motos certainly way heavier, so if Masterpool can get within contention of that 1st place position, or even in a 3rd place spot, I think he's going to find that he's in real good position about taking this championship, so it won't be so much of a sense of urgency for the 95 at that point. Coming up on the number 5 machine of Chandler Baker, Masterpool is by now, and now he's got his sights set on Levi Kitchen, the 47 machine.
Throughout all that battle, we do see Masterpool nipping on the tail fender of Levi Kitchen. Although the gap has widened between Kilroy and Kitchen, it's up to 15 seconds now. So as far as cutting into that deficit, it's looking pretty slim right now. But until he gets around him, we won't see what happens.
Well, down through the short chutes under the Red Bull arch there. Now we had still 47 of Levi Kitchen maintaining the number 2 spot, but swapping it out and pushing the envelope right now is Masterpool as they roll through the Cometic corner into the 10 Commandments section. It looks like Kitchen has held his own through that section, but what about Storyland?
Ty Masterpool has cut his way through the entire field, but now he's up on Levi Kitchen. Kitchen is not going to deal with it. He's getting Masterpool right up on him, then he pulls a gap on him.
Masterpool turned the fastest lap on lap 6 the last time around at a 159.320. How much more does this kid have in the tank? He's had to push so hard throughout this entire moto, now approaching 13 and a half minutes into this race and another 6.5 still to go.
Preston Kilroy still way out front aboard his number 80 KTM. He's probably out there, doesn't even realize there's a race going on behind him right now. Nobody's pressuring him. He's got it on cruise control. We've got a little over 6 minutes remaining in this race. He's got to know something's going on back there, and they're charging for him because everybody wants him.
Well, I'm sure he's probably thinking, where is everyone? Why is...
There's the pass.
Yep.
Masterpool up to 2nd. So he applied heat to Kitchen, and it was too hot for Kitchen to handle. He went wide. Masterpool has taken over 2nd. Boy, did he put in an effort to get there. But as far as the win is concerned, as you mentioned, Rodney, it's going to be tough. Kilroy is 16 seconds further up the road.
Yeah, we've got just over 5.5 minutes left in this one now, and at this point, I think Masterpool probably may feel like he has a moto win. It may be a silver medal whenever he climbs to the podium, but after pushing through the pack like that to get to where he is, it's certainly a great gain for him and some good positives as we head to the rest of the week. So Preston Kilroy out front, Ty Masterpool in second, Levi Kitchen in third, Colin Park settles in the number 4 spot. It is Chandler Baker now rounding out the top 5. Gage Stein, an early leader out there. The number 18 is 6th. Max Miller in 7th. Ethan Mann is 8th. Gage Linville 9th. Aiden Tejero, instead of moving forward, has dropped back now to a number 10 position. 11th place, Brandon Walther. 12th is Galen Leachman. Alexander Bestel, 13th. Chase Inser in 14th. Zachary Dobbs, 15th. Noah Wildebrandt is 16th. PJ Usselman in 17th. Brock Lassiter, 18th. Kyson Palmer in 19th. And Otto Burton rounds out your top 20.
Preston Kilroy, give a shout out to him. He's led the majority of this race out of Wyoming. Backed by Troy Lee Designs, Maxima Dunlop W, Nahilo Concepts, Lincoln County Customs, Scott, Roostem X, and most importantly, Dave's Barbershop. Is that yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can tell you look like a style kind of guy.
I trimmed him up right before the Moto. That's where I was.
Got the job done. I'm telling you what, looking good and riding well. Preston Kilroy's gone. We're watching Masterpool and the Star Racing Yamaha up to second, way back. So it'll be good to see Masterpool and Kilroy maybe get off the gate together and battle in Motos 2 and 3. 2 to go. That means it's my cue to go. I'm headed to the podium, and Preston Kilroy, I believe, is as well.
Ty Masterpool is running out of time. He did bring it from 16 seconds to 12 seconds. However, the 2 card is out. These guys are down to 2 laps remaining. Is that going to be enough time, or is Preston Kilroy on the KTM going to get away from that sea of Yamaha riders right behind him?
Now, I obviously don't expect that Masterpool is going to catch Kilroy unless one of 2 things or two of 2 things happen. Kilroy either slows down or has some sort of an issue. He's going to have to slow way down. He's already slowed down to a 2:04, and we're still at 12.5 seconds with 2 laps to go. Masterpool, surprising to me, is continuing to push here as he is a 159.891. That is only a half second slower than his fastest lap that he turned on lap number 6 when he made the pass into that number 2 position on Levi Kitchen.
Only one other rider on that last lap turned even a 2:02, and that was Cullen Park. But Preston Kilroy has turned in a 2:03, so they are cutting at least 4 seconds a lap into that.
You know, I have to say, I've watched Colin Park mature through these classes over the last few years, and he's always right there on the verge and on the bubble. He's never been one of the premier riders, but he's been right there on the verge of being a premier rider. I think Park is one of those riders that may be kind of a sleeper type kid. Once he gets into these bigger classes, we start seeing him in the 250s and into the 450s. I think we may see a whole different ball game when it comes to Colin Park, and I think he's going to be battling right up there, and they may be chasing him for wins. But right now, everybody chasing Kilroy as the white flag is out. The Lucas Oil last lap is underway here in the 125cc 12 to 15 BC class. 17, I guess, 12 to 17 class.
It's down to 12, but it's only down to 1 lap.
Well, Preston. So here we go. Last lap underway, and it is a victory lap for Preston Kilroy, who can take this one to the bank. It's going to be a gold medal, barring no issues between now and the next, we'll say, minute and 15 seconds or so as he makes his way through the 10 Commandments this final time here in Moto number 1.
You know, it's hard enough announcing these, but when Big John comes up here and picks on you in the booth, it's almost impossible.
He's rather intimidating, you know? Not only is he like 3 times the size of a normal human being, but he also blocks your view. It was dark, it was light, and then he likes to touch things up here. And what's this button do? What's that button? And you can't tell him no, you know what I mean?
You can. He won't listen.
Right. And I'll tell you someone else that won't listen either if you tell him he's not going to be able to do it, and that's Preston Kilroy, because he's telling the whole field, nope, folks, you're not going to beat me today. As Kilroy makes his way around these final few turns into the heart of Loretta Lynn's and into the history books of this AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship. through the Thor sweeper turn around Lake Polysport.
As he brings it across the final few ski jumps, one more turn, a couple of doubles, and he can put this one in the books for Preston Kilroy as he takes his win for the 125cc 12-17 BC class.
He'll be heading down talking to Jason White again, but what about an impressive ride? My hat's off to Preston Kilroy. My hat's off to Ty Masterpool, who had to work through the pack. He'll check in the number 2 spot. Levi Kitchen as well. Colin Park, Chandler Baker, Ethan Mann. Wow, Mann back up to 6th place as he suffered some issues himself there at one point after battling for one of the top spots, but all the way back to up to 6th place. Gage Stein will looks like should finish in the 7th place position as we are checking our Rocky Mountain ATVMC Top 10 leaderboard here. Park in 4th, Baker again in 5th. Ethan, yeah, you know Baker and Kitchen, they were having some fun with that. Ethan Mann in 6th, he checks in. Stein, Max Miller 8th, Brandon Walther and Gavin Leachman should round them out. But Gage Linville, let's see if Linville is able to get around Leachman. Yep, he does. Number 40 of Linville rounds out your top 10 here as we head down to the podium.
Yeah, thanks. We're just getting set up for a Moto win celebration. So much battling in that Moto, but the only position we did not see any battling for was for the lead because the number 80 absolutely ran away and hid from the competition in this one, and there's a lot of emotion down here after getting a Moto win against a stiff competition in a class that so many people focus on. So we're going to bring him on up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Moto winner of 125 BC, Preston Kilroy. Dude, that was a dream ride. Everyone was going nuts, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and you just kept pulling away and pulling away. It had to feel awesome.
Yeah, it felt great. I just got off to a good start, passed a few people, and tried to pull away as quick as I can.
What kind of work you've been putting in to prep for this? Where were you doing all your work, and what did you do?
Oh, we were going to ride driving 2 hours to ride every day, and it paid off. I'm so glad it did.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, EVS, LCC, Nihilio, FMF, Maxima, Dubia, Garnet, Mika, just everyone, thanks.
There it is, your winner on the 125, Preston Kilroy. Getting it done. We got to Gage with our whole shot award. Let's hear it for Gage Stein. Well, you get the whole shot. You know what, Loretta, it's going to be tough. You were in a crazy battle, it seemed like, the whole Moto.
Yeah, got the whole shot, got a clean start, lead as many laps as I can, and stay up front as best I can.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank, Gage?
Callahan MX, 919 Designs, JT Motorsports, Amber's Ice, and Mom and Dad.
There it is. Let's hear it for Gage Stein. Good job, Gage. I need our 2nd and 3rd place finishers. I believe that'll be Masterpool and Kitchen. Need them to come on up. Let's get Masterpool up here first for that 2nd place ride, and he made a lot of passes to make it happen. Here he comes. Well, he certainly knows how to make passes. He rode all the way up to 2nd place. It's here for Ty Masterpool. Where were you on the start?
Probably like 30th. I just double clutched it off the gate and got pinched off and just bouncing around. Then the 2nd corner, Aiden fell in front of me. I hit him. And then the other corner later, a kid brake checked me and I went over the bars and took a little while to get up. And then just, I think I was like dead last at that point.
So you pretty much passed everybody but one guy.
I think so.
Better luck in the next Moto. What do you think you can do if you even get a top 10 start? That would be nice.
It'd be better next Moto because it will be off of what place you got, not just drawing randomly. So actually pit the gate what I want.
Okay. Who do you want to thank, Ty?
I thank God just for being with me no matter what, through the ups and downs, all that. My mom and dad, the whole Star Racing Yamaha team. Can't thank them enough. They're awesome. My physical coach, Jim, his family came out here, and Yamaha, just all those guys. It's a group effort.
All right, and they got him up there to second place. Let's hear it for Ty Masterpole. All right, last to second. That's pretty good. And we'll look for our third place finisher, which should be, I believe, Levi Kitchen. That's what I saw on the final lap, the 47. If we can get him on up. There he is. Come on up, Levi. Man, crazy battle, and he came out with a podium. Come out front. Let's hear it for Levi Kitchen. Well, awesome ride, man. The battle was crazy. There were like 5 of you guys duking it out.
Yeah, got off to an okay start, and then came around the first lap in 13th, and I just tried to work my way up and charged the first like half of the moto, and then just try to ride smooth and not fall over, and came out with third, so I'm pretty pumped.
Who do you want to thank, Levi?
I'd like to thank my mom, dad, my sister, Yamaha for putting my motor together before this race, and Thousand Oaks Power Sports, Fox Racing, Aaron, JMR Suspension, Fire One Motors, Mika Metals, Fusion Graphics, just everybody else. Thank you.
There it is. Let's hear it for Levi Kitchen.
And FMF. Thanks, Joel.
All right. Rip that start for you. There you go. There's Levi Kitchen. That's third. That's our schoolboy class. Or sorry, 125.